the citations onto the argument that is spread around the four corners of the earth, spreading this witness and severity and truth. Shalom to the whole elect. I'm the brother brothers of Zion, going back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Rajah of radicalism, and Lord willing this video is edifying. So let me start off with this. As you can see here, there's a new article about GMS Holland. This was posted, I believe, 2 days ago. Today is Saturday, October 3rd. So he's at it again then. He's trying to link us with these extremist movements, these black extremists, you know. So the slanderer is at it again. Yeah, man. I've put some things together and I'm gonna go through it through the spirit, and Yahweh Tazah, this video is edifying because Jake is being set up from all kind of sides, from all sides. Jake is being set up. If you look at the Black Lives Matters thing, you know, they are putting us in that group so that we can be marked as rebels, you know, as that we are causing civil unrest. And on the other side, on the religious side, they are linking us with Islam. So through the spirit, Netflix is now pushing this Malcolm X, God is black. You understand? So this also links us, except for the Black Lives Matters, this links us religiously to the Islam. Because when they see us, when they see the men of the Lord, they're going to basically think that we're Islam. You know? And that's why 9/11 also was set up, because that put a target mark on Islam. And actually, Islam and Christianity are the same thing, because they both have the crescent moon, which is a representation of Semiramis. But yeah, not to go off topic, I'll play a part of this trailer so that you can understand what I mean. Because the way this guy is explaining it to Malcolm X in the jailhouse, because Islam is a jailhouse religion. You know, the way he's breaking it down is the same way like the elders and apostles taught us to break it down, you know, to go into the words so it will be easy to link Islam and Great Millstone to each other, and Israelites to each other. I'll play a part so you can understand what I mean.
Alright, pull my coat on this now. What happens if you give all that up? I mean, the pork, and you get sick and then you get a medical or something? Like when I was on the outside, I ran this hustle. I tried to act
I'm telling you God's words, not no hustle. And I'm gonna tell you, God is black.
God is black. Everybody knows God is white.
Everything the white man taught you, you accepted. He taught you were a black heathen, and you believed him. He taught you to worship a blonde, blue-eyed Jesus with white skin, and you believed him. He taught you that black was a curse, and you believed that. Did you ever look up the word black in a dictionary?
For what?
Did you ever study anything that wasn't part of some con?
What the hell for, man?
Come with me.
Black, destitute of light, devoid of color, enveloped in darkness, hence utterly dismal or gloomy, as the future looked black.
Pretty good with them words, ain't you?
Soiled with dirt, foul, sullen, hostile, forbidding, as a black day. Foully or outrageously wicked, as black cruelty, indicating disgrace, dishonor, or culpability. And there's others, black male, black bald, black guard.
Yeah, well, that's something more, man.
Let's look up white. Here. Read.
White, of the color of pure snow, reflecting all the rays of the spectrum, the opposite of black. Free from spot or blemish, innocent, pure. Huh. Ain't this something? Without evil intent, harmless, honest, square dealing, and honorable. Wait a minute, but this was written by white folks though, right? I mean, this white folks book.
This sure ain't no black man's book.
So what we reading this one for?
Because the truth is lying there. If you read behind the words, you got to take everything the white man says and use it against him.
Yeah? All right, wait, I mean, you know, there's a whole lot of words in here.
Here, let's start at the beginning. We'll look them up, write them down, and find out what they mean. Here, page 1. The first word, aardvark.
Aardvark, earth pig, African ant-eating mammal, abacus, Chinese calculating instrument.
So basically that is a small part, a small snippet of the trailer, and when you think that he is coming with some good information, that he's showing you, he's revealing his fangs and his snake tongue, that's because he's setting you up even more. Because why is this video being exposed right now? Why is this video being put to the forefront on Netflix? It's to catch your attention and to basically let you go into the way that they want you to go, you know, order out of chaos. So they rule both parties. Again, let me go into the article, because this is the article, and as you can see, they're linking us with Louis Farrakhan. Let's go to Wiki to see who Louis Farrakhan really is. Louis Farrakhan, Sr., born Eugene Welcome, May 11, 1933, formerly known as Louis X, is an American religious leader and political activist. He is the leader of the Nation of Islam, an organization which the South Poverty Law Center describes as white nationalist and a hate group. Wow. They put it in your face just like that. Yeah. So that's this guy. So they're linking us with him. See, because this is the article in the Telegraaf. This is a Dutch newspaper, digital newspaper, online newspaper. You have to pay to read the article. Okay. You got Louis Farrakhan over here, and this is us. We don't have anything to do with these guys, but they still join us to him. You see? And he's the news reporter that made that article. And if you read about him, Sylvan Schoonhoven, he's a reporter of terrorism and safety measurements of the Telegraaf, of the newspaper. So he specializes in reporting about terrorism. So you see where this is going, man. The persecution is at hand. You see what they did to Yahushua, they're gonna do to us also. Let me just read a bit from that news article. Bear with me for a second. Come. So the headline says, concerning about the advance of the Militian sect, the white man is the devil. So that's the heading. And if you go into that word devil, I'm going to go into the book of Revelations. This is Revelations 2 and 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So you see, the devil is going to cast you into prison. That's basically persecution. But the scripture says, be faithful unto death, and you will receive the crown of life. Revelation 3 and 11 says, let no man take that crown. And in 2nd Ezra, I believe 7 or 14, I believe it's 7, it says that Yahushua is going to give you the crown, if you stand stiffly for the name. And let's go into the word devil, because that's what he's tripping about, let me call him the devil. And if you go into the Strong's Concordance, in the Greek, it says diabolos. And the definition from a traducer, especially Satan, false accuser, devil, slanderer. You see? And that's what this guy is. He's a slanderer. He's slandering our name because he's linking us with Islam, which is not even the case. He's a false accuser. The scripture popped into my mind. Bear with me for a second. Slanderer. God. This is Psalms 50:11-20. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thy own mother's son. This is speaking about Esau, which Esau is a white man. And he slanders his mother's son. And who's his mother's son? That's Jacob. You see? His name is changed into Israel. And we are the descendants of Israel, Jacob. And, the scripture says in Genesis 25 that 2 nations are in that womb. So that's where we got split up. He's not our brother. That's why this scripture describes him as that mother's son. See? And it also says here, thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. That was in that time, but now we are so separated from each other. He's not our brother, he's a different nation. So he's a false accuser and a slanderer. And the scripture is 100% because that's what he's doing right now. See? He's linking us with Islam. So reading on, the militant sect, Nation of Islam, is trying to gain a foothold in the Netherlands and recently has reached here. Black racism and hatred of Jews are of paramount importance. The AIVD is investigating this type of identitarian extremism, which is having the wind in its sails thanks to anti-racism protests. You see, the models have been saying that we're under the microscope, that we are being investigated, that you have agents in the midst. And this is what proves it, that they're even speaking about it. Reading further, the time when you whites would kill us without consequences is over. From New York, dressed in white, priestly robes, from gold-rimmed glasses and an oil on the nose. 87-year-old Louis Ferdinand spoke to his many tens of thousands of followers in July. Whites and Jews would have to pay for the death of George Floyd. The elderly cult leader threatened, "Thou art going to pay a heavy price." So, as I was saying, you got the Black Lives Matter movement at the one hand, and on the other hand, the religious side, we have Louis Farrakhan and Islam. I'm going to put this in my description box so you can read the full article. But what I want to touch up on now is this one. Because Islam is not an Israelite religion. Being Israelite is not even a religion. Being Israelite goes back to the bloodline of the father. But I want to show you something. See about Islam. This is the book from Babylon to Timbuktu, page 48. Islam and Judaism. The Prophet Muhammad adopted many principles and laws from the Jewish religion. First of all, the basic idea of monotheism, which is the belief in one God. The Jewish confession of the unity of God is Shema Israel, the Lord our power, the Lord is one. The Mohammedan slogan is as follows: La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasul Allah. There is no God but Allah, and then Muhammad is the prophet of Allah. Muhammad adopted also the main details of the Jewish calendar, the Day of Atonement, the Sabbath, much of the Bible and narratives from the mid-race, and many points of the ritual law. Incidentally, the Jews pray 3 times a day facing the city of Jerusalem, and the Muslims, true believers, they pray 5 times a day facing the city of Mecca. You see? So here it explains to you that Muhammad, he stole and took out the law, and then he built his religion upon it. So basically, Islam is a weaker, how do you say it? It's a sloppy copy of the Bible, man. So he wanted some followers, and then he took the Bible and mangled it and put it in the Quran. You understand? So he took our laws and he mangled it and made his own religion. So Islam is a man-made religion. You see? But going further into this breaking down the word devil, I'm going to go to Revelations 12 and 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So that great dragon, speaking about Esau, he was cast out, that old serpent, because he is the same spirit that was around in the time of Adam and Eve. You know, so he beguiled Eve, and what is he doing nowadays? He's still beguiling Eve. He's still beguiling the so-called Latinos and Native Americans females. He has them in a headlock, man. Not even in a headlock. They willingly go to this circuit for benefits, and to be helped, and to leave their own man and husband. You know. They go to Revelations 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he know that he had but a short time. And that's speaking about this time we're getting into it. Because Jacob's struggle is starting to pop off. You know, we're in the beginning of Jacob's struggle. You see, they're separating us and dividing us, putting us in groups so that they can, how do you call it, systematically catch us up, put us in jail for breaking their laws, their grievous laws, as Isaiah 10 and 1 says. We go to Revelations 20 and 2. And he laid hold on the dragon and that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. God is speaking about the time of the Renaissance. Before the Renaissance, you know, when we were in rulership in Europe until the mid-1400s, from roughly 390 after Christ till the mid-1400s, because that's when he came back out of the caves and then he whitewashed everything, came in his iconoclasm. You see? This is Revelations 20 and 10. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. God is speaking about the judgment that he's going to get from the Most High. He's going to get those ICBM missiles, those intercontinental ballistic missiles that are going to land upon America, destroy America, and they're going to land upon all these bunkers and all these safe places that the so-called elites have, you know, the elites of Esau. they think that they're going to be safe, but the Most High is going to gather them out of the clefts of the rocks underneath the water. You know, in the spaceships, the space shuttles, he's not going to be safe now. So let me read again. And the devil that deceived them, you see, that deceived them, because that's what he's doing right now. He's through slandering and through lying, he's deceiving these other nations that we are the target, that we are the prey. This gas into the lake of fire, which is this nuclear missiles and brimstone, where the beast is speaking about the EU, you know, and the false prophet is speaking about the Vatican City, his religious stronghold, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. He's gonna be standing in that lake of fire, feeling like it's forever, it's burning. After that, it's gonna be enslaved for 1,000 years under the rulership of the Israelites, starting with the Holland, the person of everybody ignorant because Jesus. So that's gonna be his judgment. So let me go to Psalms 58, because he deceives the nations, man. That's his. He has the sword, because Yahweh gave him the sword, but also his gift is to deceive. How? Through slandering and through lying. This is Psalms 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they born. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. And that's what this article is, man. It's a straight up lie. And people believe it because they have been given this veil, you know, as the scripture says in Isaiah 25. So he has a covering cast upon the people, man. No, it's a lot. This mountain, the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations come, because Esau has that veil that is covering the nations right now. It's that deception. But Yahweh is going to destroy that on this mountain. Speaking of Esau, Esau is on the top right now. You understand? And look what popped up today. This is an article from October 2nd, 2020. This is RT News. Islam is in crisis all over the world, Macron says, vowing to step up, fighting against religious radicalism in France. You see, so we are being targeted, man. They are putting us in that box, and from the other side, they're coming with, okay, we gotta be more rougher. We gotta come more rougher up these radical groups. You see, so indirectly they're targeting us. And then this scripture comes to mind. Let me read a part from this article. French President Emmanuel Macron said that Islam is struggling with fundamentalism worldwide, not just in his country. He laid out measures to uphold the principles of the secularism as the cement of France. Speaking in Les Marocs, the suburb of Paris, Macron said that the authorities will set up a fight against the radical Islamism, which often leads to the creation of a counter-society within a state. He warned, however, that one must not fall into a trap of stigmatizing all Muslims. So basically, Macron is saying here that they gotta focus upon these Islam extremists, you know. Yeah, man. So then this scripture pops into my mind, which is Daniel 3 and 1. Woe to the bloody city, it is all full of lies and robbery, the prey departed not. Woe to the bloody city. I'm speaking about Babylon, I'm not speaking about America, because they raped and robbed and murdered all over the place. So they increased by murder, by blood. See? It is all full of lies and robbery. Lies what I was speaking just now. You know, they have this film and this deception from as a gift from the Most High. So these other nations, they don't have a clue, man. And robbery, they rape, rob, and murder all over the place, And the prey departed not. And who's the prey? Ultimately, Jake is the prey. Jake is the ultimate prey of these Edomites, man, of Esau. See? So he's putting us in boxes with this Black Lives Matter, with this Islamism, you know. So you gotta keep an eye out, man. So basically, that was my video, and I hope this video is edifying. I want to say, Gal halal Yahweh, Basham, Yahushai, Basham, Shalom,